Hey, what's up, guys? Good evening. It's Josh. I just got home from work. Yesterday was a little rough. I was kind of recovering from the holiday season and all the festivities of the good drink and the good grub and everything like that. And a lot of my friends know that I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, I just got this really freaking sweet Star Wars card for my friend Summer. It's in the plastic. I haven't taken it out yet, but it got a 10 gem mint. I know you guys can't really read backwards, but it's a really cool card. It's of Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? All my friends know I love Star Wars, and I got that from her, and I thank my friend Summer for getting me something really, really cool like that. But everyone was just dying to know my thoughts on The Rise of Skywalker. And I'm like, yo, there's better fucking plot points in porn. This movie, oh God, I'd rather watch The Last Jedi every day for the rest of my life than watch this completely trash fucking movie that didn't explain anything. Everything that Abrams set up in Episode 7 got trashed. We all know that. Johnson took over the reins and went over and did his own thing. We all know that. And this movie was just, well, we know it's bad. We all know it's really fucking bad. And apparently everybody that's watched the Last Jedi that's Rian Johnson Defenders hates this movie. And, you know, who's calling them fucking man babies? Who's talking the shit to them? First of all, let me tell you something. If Rian Johnson's movie was so fucking good and so acclaimed, why didn't Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger said, okay, Mr. Johnson, well, good job on freaking episode 8. Go do episode 9 and finish out that fucking trash you were trying to pull. I mean, you don't take somebody that's only done 2 movies in their fucking career. One we may have vaguely heard about that was okay, and I liked Looper. I thought it was cool. I thought the concept was good. But you don't give him a fucking Star Wars movie, man. I mean, like, that's like a kid in the fucking, little league going out and playing in the big leagues. You just don't do it, man. So they're asking me, and I'm like, this movie is such utter trash. And why would they do this to Star Wars? Like I said, this is a movie that has survived almost 26 years of hiatus. If you look at the gap between Return of the Jedi to The Phantom Menace, that's 16 years, man. And for 16 years, people have met. You like Star Wars? Oh, I love Star Wars. You know, I wish I could find a woman that could like Star Wars. But just in my simple opinion, there's a greater number of males ratio to females that like Star Wars. And if it was roughly the same, I'd be married already. And I'm sorry, man. Maybe 1 out of 100 ladies I speak to about, Star Wars, they're like, yeah, it's okay. I mean, there's not a bunch of Annas running around out there that are just diehard fans and know about the lore and know about the myth of Star Wars. But, you know what I mean? That's a big gap. 26 years if you think about it. But anyway, so people have met, fell in love, conceived children. And, the first thing I did when my daughter Isabel was born was I put her in my arms and I put on a Star Wars movie, man, with all its greatness and all its music and all its, and it's just all of it, man. It's Star Wars. It's awesome. But there were fans that were actually created during these hiatuses between Return of the Jedi and The Phantom Menace. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, man. Yo, Billy, have you watched Star Wars? And Billy's like, what is there for Star Wars? And like, yo, come to my house. And fans were created during this time. But yeah, I mean, when The Phantom Menace came out, when the prequels came out, like I said, guys, wasn't a big fan of the prequels, but you know what, dude? It's pretty awesome that George Lucas actually went out and created these movies. He didn't fucking need to create anything more. The dude already owned and created ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, and every big movie in Hollywood that was being put out by Spielberg, James Cameron, any big director went to ILM, and put more money in George Lucas's pocket, man. He was already the CEO chief of Industrial Light and Magic. So he didn't need to make any more movies, but he did. And like I said, each movie Lucas got a little better. And in my opinion, the fandom, I keep saying Phantom Menace, The Phantom Menace wasn't great by any means, but it was still good. He had to set everything up and create everything, but they were just what they were. But this movie, man, strives to be like every other movie out there. But back in the past, when you saw Star Wars between 77 and 83, every movie after that tried to proclaim and try to do something as good as Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Now, Star Wars is trying to be like the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're trying to be like fucking Thor Ragnarok, or they're trying to make Star Wars a comedy, and it's just not how it doesn't fit at all. It doesn't fit at all. As far as representation goes, I want to tell you little fucking snowflakes, because I do not like the fucking gay lesbian kiss at the end of the movie. I do not care for it. I don't need to have that shit shoved in my face every minute, every comic book I read, every TV show I watch, every movie that's out there. I don't go to the fucking movies no more. I tried to start watching The Boys, and I'm like, gay shit. I'm like, I don't fucking want to watch this stuff. Now, saying that, I'll say this. I got friends that are in a polyamorous relationship. I have friends that are gay. I don't fucking care that they're gay. That's the way they want to live their life. That's fine. But everybody's so in tuned about getting representation in fucking movies nowadays, they don't fucking realize that there's been representation for the LGBTQRS fucking T community for fucking years, man. For years. And, I actually pulled out a few things that I have in my library that I will let you know about as far as females and representation in movies. One movie in particular, Clueless. Fucking love the movie. I own it. I think it's great, man. All-woman cast. It's a great story. It's a good fucking movie. Here's another one, representation. Bill Murray's Scrooged. Cratchit was basically played by a black lady. Tiny Tim was the little guy, the little dude that said, God blesses everyone. You know what I mean? Representation in movies. Yeah, though it's never been along. One of my very favorite movies, man, Harlem Nights, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox. Some of the greatest African-American actors all in one movie, a timeless classic. I own it. Let's see here. Inner Space. This, my friend, my little snowflake SJWs, is about a beautiful story about how a man put in another man inside another man's body without his permission. Wow. Interesting. How about some stripper representation? We had Showgirls, man. Fuck, timeless classic. Let's see, what else do I got over here? No representation in movies. Here's an all-female cast, a timeless classic. Hocus Pocus. Bette Midler, the chick from Sister Act, and of course Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, we don't like fucking good movies that have females in them. Yeah, bullshit. Fuck you. Here's another one. A League of Their Own with Tom Hanks, Madonna, Gina Davis, Lori Petty. Wonderful movie, man. All females, all strong. Based on a true story, by the way. Good fucking movie. Amazing, right? Can't believe it. Here's Chasing Amy, timeless classic. She's gay, and Ben Affleck falls all in love with her. Oh, there's no gay representation in movies. Fuck out of here. You little pricks weren't even fucking born yet. That's why. Here's another one. This is called Just One of the Guys. And, factual speaking, this is the very first movie I ever first saw my first pair of women's tatas in. This is a really cool story. Great movie. It's an 80s, write-off, whatever. But it's still a lot of fun about a girl that wanted to dress up like a boy because she felt that as a man, her writing skills would be more acceptable if she was a male figure. Yeah, whatever. Now, another movie that I loved to death was The Birdcage with Robin Williams, man. And that was back in the 90s before you little pricks were born. Loved The Birdcage. I watch it on the occasion. If I see that on movies, or if I can find the Blu-ray of it, I will buy it. Another little movie set back in night. I can't read without my glasses. This is 1984, guys. 1984. You want to talk about there's no representation in movies? Revenge of the fucking Nerds, man. Now, let me tell you something about this movie, man. Revenge of the Nerds, there was all kinds of representation in it. There was a brunette nerd. And for my homegirl Geeky Sparkles, there was Poindexter, a ginger nerd. And then there was his best friend Gilbert, who was a blonde nerd. And then we had a booger, an ogre, a Chinese guy. What the fuck? There was an Asian in this movie. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Holy shit. And there was a gay fucking black man in this movie. 1984, a gay black man named Lamar. And he was in part 1 and part 2. No gay representation in fucking movies, whatever. And then we have, all you pansexuals out there, you fucking pricks. Then we got Short Circuit 1 and 2. Short Circuit, he's a robot that fell in love with a girl who really liked her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he loved Stephanie, you changed color. So there's your fucking pansexual shit. There's been representation in movies for decades, but these little pricks, you that are out there, don't even know that, man, because you weren't even fucking a hint of like jizz in your father's ballsack yet. And I'm really pissed off that Abrams chose to put in a gay lesbian kiss at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Completely unneeded, completely not pandering to this, to the LGBT community, but not even concentrating on the story about this. And this is what pisses me off, that there was so much that have been out for so long. If you guys want to go more movies in my library that I don't have, there was a movie called The Way We Were. That was with Will Smith before he even kind of began The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he played a black college student. There was Keanu Reeves, John Wick fucking self with River Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix's brother, a movie called My Own Private Idaho. Now, these were about, two male escorts that obviously kind of went both ways. There's Boat Trip with Cuba Gooding Jr. There's a lot of movies. There's Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams. Again, man, his fucking brother was gay, Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack. You know what? It's just like they weren't trying to fill out a check mark, man. They weren't trying to pander to people. They were just trying to do what was appropriate or what they thought was funny for the story. Nowadays it's completely different. Nowadays it's got to be in your fucking face. It's got to be shoved down your throat. You know what I mean? And that's why I really don't care about going to movies or anything anymore. I don't care to do it. I don't like it. I can't finish anything. I'm sure that you people out there that are going to watch this video and hate on me, fuck you. I don't care. Do it. I want the haters. But it's like anything that's shoved down your throat or put in your face constantly, that would annoy you too, I pretty much think. So The Rise of Skywalker is obviously fucking trash. But how do we fix this mess? What is the only possible way we can fix this mess? Because Hollywood demands for fucking pandering to all aspects and everybody out there, you know what I'm saying, instead of actually concentrating on a good story. Oh, fuck, one just came to mind. Asian representation. The Joy Luck Club that won an Oscar back in the mid-early 90s, all Asians, man. There's been movies like this forever. You guys have just not have been old enough accepting your participant trophies. If you've been alive yet, you don't even fucking know. But it's like, the only thing that could fix Star Wars is this, and I know it's going to be a little bit of a stretch. When something is popular and everybody wants it, it costs money. When something is not popular, it costs less. Lucas himself, with Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, and he can get a few other people together, needs to fucking buy back Star Wars. He needs to call up Mr. fucking I'm not contractually liable, or what did he say? I'm not contractually liable to use your fucking story treatments. Well, where was the part from George Lucas saying in the contract, if you guys fuck up my movie, I'm taking it back at half the cost? That's it. Lucas needs to buy this shit back and let Favreau and Filoni and a fucking few other trusted, true storytellers, true moviegoers that are not interested in filling out a fucking check card take back this film. That's the only way Star Wars can be saved. Filoni and Favreau are doing great with The Mandalorian. They are. It feels like fucking Star Wars. I mean, it feels like, god dang, man. When I watched the trailer before it even came out, I tweeted Jeremy, I tweeted everybody like, yo, second trailer's out. Like, check it out. I want reviews like now. You know what I mean? But that's what ultimately needs to happen. Disney can't fix Star Wars anymore. It can't happen. They need to fucking sell it back to Lucas, and Lucas can make a $2 billion profit out of it. Sorry, I stopped at the bar and had a beer. And take his movie back and say, okay, guys, Let's fucking do what I want to do in the first place. Because Disney trashed it. Look at Galaxy's Edge, man. Nobody gives a fuck about Galaxy's Edge. Who fucking cares? Oh, and by the way, what I think is really funny, I'm the fucking dude that tweeted at John Campia and at my boy Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers, hey man, you know, fucking, why don't you guys get together and do a little live stream, man? I mean, you know, because Campy is out there fucking basically saying what Jeremy's been saying for 2 fucking years. I'm like, what a hypocrite, dude. I'm like, yeah, we already know, Campia. Welcome to the party, pal. You know what I mean? You know, but nobody would actually come to terms and go one-on-one with Jeremy. Because Jeremy don't fuck around. He don't take no shit. But he also listens to people's opinions if they were delivered respectfully and confidently. He has no problem going on with anybody that I've seen, and I've been listening to Jeremy for fucking over 2 years, man. And Jeremy's the one that actually got me involved with World Class, Jesse Milestone, with EVS, and everybody else like that, man. Jeremy's the one that actually got me involved in wanting to do these videos. So there's a guy that says, okay, well, you know what, man, if you want to go up and have a conversation, let's have a conversation. That's a classy fucking dude. I don't care if you like Jeremy, if you're not Jeremy, but yo, man, how many of these other SJW pussies would actually put themselves on the chopping block, letting all participants come in and say what they want to say? No fucking one, and that's the Geeks Plus Gamers guy. Anyways, man, Lucas needs to buy back fucking Star Wars. Fuck Bob Iger. Kathleen Kennedy's a piece of shit. Oh, by the way, on KK, let's talk about her for a minute. She's been trying to throw her fucking just estrogen dick into everybody's face. She fired Lord Miller. I want to see the fucking Lord Miller cut of Solo. You know, fuck BVS or Justice League Snyder cut. I don't care about that. I want to see the Lord Miller cut of fucking of Solo. Because when she fired them, they went out and did an animated series called Into the Spider-Verse that won an Oscar. Yeah. Fucking pretty bad, dude. Anyways, man, Disney Star Wars is done with me, dude. I'd rather fucking, like, watch The Last Jedi and get lemon juice squeezed in my eyes after they were cut with razor blades. Explain nothing, did nothing. Star Wars does not ever have to fucking explain Star Wars, man. They just don't have to do it. So, within closing, man, here's a bunch of movies that have representation of LGBTQ with robots, pansexuals, and fucking transgenders, man. They've been out there. You guys are just too fucking young to realize it. So anyways, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to get this fucking tie off me, and I'm going to go chill and have a bourbon. Peace out, guys. Have fun.